another guy went back to Europe.
So
But
garmage, fish, meat, entremet.
Yep.
Anything else?
That was it.
Okay.
It was 4
Plus
stations.
your porters and all that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. It was 4 stations, but each station had 4 guys.
4 guys. Got it.
4 guys.
So Comey, CDP,
Yep.
Sous,
Exactly.
and then who was the 4th?
It was just kind of like
Another
Comey
Gotcha,
or whatever.
gotcha. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how every station ran. So
Now, I've never worked in that dynamic before. Do you cross paths with the other station?
absolutely, because every pickup, everyone is adding to it.
Okay.
Right? So every time they call off a veal pickup, right? Entremet is picking the veg up
Yeah.
and passing the veg over to the chef,
Okay.
and I'm passing the meat to the chef.
So you guys are going to communicate at
We
the
got
same
to be
time.
on the same fucking
Yeah.
time.
I'm sure it happened a lot of times where the veg was up first or the meat was up first.
Yeah,
That
yeah. I mean,
causes-
now you're holding the meat down, or he's holding the veg down in the low belly oven.
Start to loathing each other a little bit.
Yeah, but it's like after the chef would call it, then we would converse.
Yeah.
Okay, what, is
Communication.
it 5? Is it 4? Is it 3? What is it? You know what I mean? We would converse, and then we fucking made sure we were off.
Was it one long line or was it
No, it was an island.
It was an island.
It was an island with 3 planches in the middle, and then on each corner was a 2-burner induction.
Got you. So you could be cooking a piece of meat here, and the fish guy's like over on the other side cooking a piece of fish.
So we were shoulder to shoulder. Seafood, fish, and meat were shoulder to shoulder. Entremetier was on the other side of the island, and Garmager was on the other side of the island. So we kind of all looked at each other.
Got you.
It was the first kitchen that I worked in where like we all knew our purpose around one island.
Got you.
And then we would turn around from the island, and we had these back stations that we all worked at up against the walls, but we all ended up back at the island to converse about where and when and what.
Yeah.
And that was like the one experience that made me realize that like this is a 100% team effort.
Yeah.
So because you got to be on the same page as Entremetier in order to get a dish up. And they were fucking spending hours and hours, on vegetables and vegetable purees and vegetable juices.
Yeah.
And that's when I really learned how to take vegetables and make them delicious by utilizing their juice and utilizing, different methods of cooking vegetables rather than just blanching a bunch of asparagus
Exactly.
or whatever, you know what I mean? Cooking them in their own juices, stuff like that.
Did you find yourself cooking seasonally, or because you were in a hotel where it was just everything?
We had a seasonal menu change once a season, because that's what that's the way it needs to be and was. But you're in Las Vegas.
Yeah, man.
There wasn't a lot of farming happening. There was no farmers coming to the back door. We're bringing lobsters in from Brittany. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're probably getting everything from Europe.
Yeah, we're at one point all of our butter was sherry butter.
Yeah.
It was all coming from Europe.
Because you told me about the potato flakes.
Yeah,
for the Robuchon.
Yeah, they were sending us fucking potatoes from Jamin in the very beginning. Because they couldn't find a potato that was worthy enough for the pomme puree. It was just it was next level, man. And there was no expense, and there was no real labor and food cost. There was, but there wasn't. And it was just really all about excellence.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Did you? And I'm sure you fed fucking famous people left and right.
Oh man, every night. You know what I mean? It was like, this table's got this person on it. This person. We'd stay late because Celine Dion, her
Just
concert
did her show.
took too long and she was hungry. So whatever.
Let's
we
just
were
stay open.
for
I
her.
love that. It must have been breaking in the overtime.
It was. Yeah, the overtime was always there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
There was never a shortage of that because you just showed up.
Yeah, and it's classical vegetable work, right? So there was a lot of turning veg,
tons of it. Peeling asparagus with a paring knife.
Now, did you guys have obviously commies in the morning? Right?
No.
Well,
we had 2 in the morning.
Got you. And they just did grunt work.
Well, they were putting the orders away,
Drop
and
stocks.
they were doing stuff like that.
Got you.
But we didn't have a group of
So it was really like you fucking
yeah.
do this.
So the way that each station worked is they would usually send in one of their commies to start stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So they usually be like, I don't know.
So he leaves right at the end of the service, basically.
Or
a little bit before.
Yeah, or right before service. You know,
Gotcha.
kind of like not really needed.
Yeah.
Type of guy. You know
this is
what I
kind of the worst feeling in the world, but the best feeling.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I kind of want to stay, but then they start screaming and shit.
Yeah,
You're like,
fuck
I gotta go, man. I'm out of here.
Yeah. So I was never given that job. You know, I was always like, no, you're fucking staying in service.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was into that.
Yeah.
I wanted it. I wanted to be yelled at. I wanted to be,
formed.
I wanted to be formed.
Yeah. Now, how long did you stay there?
I was there, I think, 2 years.
What prompted your exodus? Did you stay on meat the whole time?
No, I got 86th.
Okay.
Yeah.
That means fired.
Yeah.
Okay. What happened?
Fired. Robuchon's in town. We're changing the menu. It's fall menu. And we're doing this whack fucking veal dish that it wasn't veal. It was kidney.
Mm-hmm.
Beef kidney. It was terrible. It's disgusting. We were taking fucking perfect black truffles, squaring them up to a square, big,
Yeah.
like the size of your fucking hand, fist, squaring them off, and then batoning them, and then larding them into this kidney, and then sous videing them.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, like, I just remember having to do that for fucking hours, and it was just like, what a waste. It was just a waste of really great product. And they had a vision, but it just never panned out.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so we're picking up, this time, I had this little mini digital camera, right? That was like the size of your wallet.
Like the rectangle
when
ones.
they first came out.
Yeah.
Like I was, you didn't have a camera phone necessarily. No one had a camera phone.
Yeah.
If you did, it took shitty pictures.
Yeah.
So you had like, 12 megapixel, like little slim Casio camera, whatever. So anyways, I would shoot everything. And because at that point I was a sous chef, I did not ever have backup, right? I always wanted to have backup of what the CDC had shown me what to do, right? Because it was Tomonari Danzaki, who was the CDC, Claude, who was the chef de cuisine, Bourgeois, who was the corporate, and then Mr. Robuchon. And so whenever there was a menu change, like, there was no schedule. You just fucking made sure you were in the kitchen before Robuchon showed up. If you were in the kitchen after him, it was like the chef looked at you and just said, go the fuck home. If you can't be here before chef, then you don't deserve to be here.
Yeah.
Basically is what the mindset was, right?
For sure.
And it was, so you'd show up at 5, 6, 7 a.m.
Because you never know what time fucking Robuchon's going to roll through.
You just never
what
fucking
time
know
roll
in
through.
his pimp-ass black silk chef coat, you know what I mean?
He's probably staying at the hotel.
Oh, yeah.
Balling.
He's walking down from behind the restaurant is a part of the hotel that you don't know about unless you're a high roller. Mm-hmm. It's called the Banchet. Mm-hmm. And you would never know what's there. There's no way to get to it from the outside. You don't pull up and a bad boy runs out. It just doesn't happen that way. You know what I mean? You're escorted there, right? And it's only high rollers, and I think there was like only 12 of these rooms. They were like homes. They're massive, right? And each one of them kind of had like a chef and a butler and everything else. Anyways, that's where he was staying. So you just showed up early, right? So anyway, the day comes along and we're doing this fucking dish, and I had been documenting the dish every day, every rendition, because we changed it multiple times. Yeah. We had changed it multiple times, and service comes along, right? Robuchon's at the pass.
Yeah.
Everything's going smooth, right? We had put out our first 2 courses, and then the next course came, and it's this fucking dish. So I plate the dish. I plate 2 of them, and I send both of them up. So Danzaki takes a dish, sauces the dish, and then puts the dish in the window. Robuchon looks at the dish and fucking loses it, right? Starts yelling at Claude. Claude yells at Danzaki. Don Zaki fucking comes over to my station and rips me. What the fuck? Like, you know, in French / Japanese. He didn't speak English very well. So, you know, I kind of already held a grudge because he never called me by my name. He was, you know, he didn't feel like he needed to.
Yeah.
And I had been there almost 2 years, and it felt like he should call me by my name at least.
Yeah.
If anything, call me by my name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So anyways, like, so he pushes me out of the way, legitimately pushes me out of the way, and I'm a little bit pissed off. So I reach over his shoulder and I take the picture out of what he taught me, because now he's throwing me under the bus that I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not following directions.
Yeah. But you're like, this is what you showed me.
No, this is what you wanted. Right?
Yeah.
This is exactly what you wanted. So I reach over his shoulder, I show him the picture. He fucking backslaps my hand, and my camera, like, you know, flies out of my hand, and smashes into a bunch of pieces on the floor. At that point, like, I was just kind of a little bit over him.
Yeah.
So I grabbed him by his collar, I swung him around, I slammed him into the wall, I punched him.
Yeah.
And I punched him good.
Yeah.
I gave him a good lick. A good lick.
Is he still there? Is
No,
he still working
he's still with the Robuchon group. I think I don't know if he's in Hong Kong or where he's at, but he's been with Robuchon forever.
Okay.
And since then we had a conversation, and I told him, you know, I knew I was wrong for what I did. Yeah. But I was at my breaking point. I let it get the best of me. But anyway, so then we fought in the kitchen. Yeah. You know, and Robuchon's there, and
he's
everyone's
watching
there.
it.
Yeah, Robuchon's watching the whole fucking thing. And, you know...
Inside, he must have been like, this is fucking awesome.
I don't know what it was, but then, you know, Claude pulls me off of him, you know, like, and, you know, pulls me out, and we kind of talk, and he tells me to just go. Yeah. You know, we'll deal with this later. So I leave, I call my homie up, who's still my boy today, Gabe Ask, who's back in Sweden now. We work together at Robuchon and at Mix together. And, I call him up, I'm like, bro, guess what? Like, I just got fucking 86 from Robuchon. He's like, really? He's like, I'll pick you up at Diamond Sands. We're going to L.A. to see Modest Mouse. I was like, perfect. So he picks me up, and I go to L.A. I went to L.A. for 4 days. Yeah. And we stayed at the Cadillac Motel, not hotel, Cadillac Motel, in Venice Beach, in this back alley, like fucking... shady hotel. I'm sure. Shady hotel right on the beach. And I had the time of my life. And we went to Modest Mouse concert, and we ate at Melisse, and like we fucking balled out. And so I go back, I erased Robuchon from my mind for 4 days. So when I get back to Vegas, I call the chef. I'm like, all right, like, you know, what's going on? Like, you know, I apologize. Like, that was irresponsible of me. I owned up. Like, I was like, that was terrible. I'm sorry. Like, that was bad. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah. And he's like, come in. So I go in, Claude, and he's like, listen, I know, you know, in not so many words, how Don Zaki is, da-da-da-da. He's like, well, what you did was wrong. You did it in front of Miss Robuchon. You can never work here again. I was like, all right, I get it. I understand. I accept that. I was like, well, am I fired? He's like, no, you're not fired, but you can't work in this kitchen anymore. I was like, all right, fuck, whatever. So... Robuchon also oversaw a intercontinental style kitchen. It was half that would fucking make one of the high rollers a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or whatever the fuck at 2 a.m. if you wanted it, right? That's just what they did. But they had really nice food there. Mm-hmm. And then we had another part of the kitchen that was this like crazy Chinese chef, and he had like 3 cooks, all Chinese, no English, and they were there to tend to the Asian high rollers that were coming through and spending, you know, 10, 15 million at the baccarat table. Yeah. Right? And wanted fucking, you know, shark fin soup, and wanted all these crazy things that they were used to. Right? They had like 16 different fish tanks in the back of their kitchen with all live fish at all times. Whoa. Crazy crab, just crazy fish you never, as an American, you just never seen, right? Yeah. And so, like, you know, these dudes were crazy, right? And like, I ended up in that kitchen with those guys, and it was me and my boy Stu, who worked in Boca.
Yeah.
He was my roommate.
Yeah.
He fucking